Hey everyone, how's it going? Delrith here, bringing you another impressions video, this time for Exanima, which is an indie dungeon crawler, physics-based combat exploration game. That is an absolute mouthful. Exanima is actually going to be a prelude and is a sort of test bed program situation type of environment for a much bigger game that succeeded on Kickstarter called Sui Generis. And with the backing of it and how long they've been working on it, I just wanted to hop into Exanima and give it a shot. And it has quickly become one of my favorite games of all times. And instead of continuing on my current save, which if you want to take a look is pretty dang far in the actual campaign of it, he's pretty beefy. You know, you won't understand any of this, but just appreciate how thick my boy is, thick unit. I will start a new character and show you that process from the beginning. Now, there is another mode that you won't be seeing in this called the Arena, which is basically just a dueling simulator that lets you really get used to the combat mechanics of the game. But the big focus for me and for the developer, I believe, is the actual dungeon crawling world adventure that this game has. Eventually, the game's supposed to be like a how do you say, an open world randomly generated roguelike, but for now there's set levels and set things with items in different locations and certain roguelike elements. Now you get 3 starts that you could go with. We're going to go with the Proctor, just because for the purposes of this is one of these things that makes it easiest to show off. The other starts are just as fun, but this is the only one you start with. These are unlocked through playing the game. I start off with a little bit of gear. I've played through the game a ton of times, and it makes sense for me. Now, I'm going to make my boy huge. All right, this guy's going to be the mountain. You know, he's going to be what everyone aspires to be. What I want his hair to be. So the character creator is kind of limited right now. Like, you can be either really thin and tall, like all this, but it does make a difference on what you do and how your character behaves. So I'm going to make him fat and muscular and tall as hell. And you know what? I'm gonna make him bald. And you know what his name's gonna be? Alex. I'm sorry, Alex. How do you want Alex to sound like? That sounds like Alex. That's pretty accurate. I'm sure that's accurate. Great. So these are the skill systems. So you can tell that I have 5 global skill points already, which allows me to fill out the combat system and start with a few skills. Anybody that's starting this game from the beginning will not have that, and you will not have the extra skill system, or the extra skills to start with. You will need to earn them as you play through the game. You'll fill your global experience as you kill things and explore rooms, mostly exploration and reading. And you'll be able to fill that out. Now, magic and everything is in this build, but I'm not showing it off. This is a beta build that's not available to the public. There will be things like magic in the future, like mind control, AI manipulation, really cool, subtle things involving what's called thaumaturgy. And you'll see that in the future, but it's fantastic even without that. All right, so we're currently here in the dungeon. We've loaded in, got ourselves all ready to go. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that I have 2 things in my hands. And you'll see that on my character, I have 2 things in my hands. Everything in this game has to be dragged onto your character and performs a bunch of different roles and whatnot. Equipping your character is very, very easy. There are multiple layers. You cannot see how many layers you have on your character, but you can get an idea based on what it is. Like, this is a tunic. Okay, a tunic goes over a shirt. Is this a chain shirt? Okay, this is a chain shirt. This is a velvet shirt. So the chain shirt could go over the velvet shirt, and the tunic can go over the chain shirt. Everything is just as simple as dragging onto your character, like so, and it's on my character. Same thing goes with weapons and equipment, or well, weapons and shields and whatever else you find in the dungeon. So this character class starts with a sword. Normally, if you're playing through the game to begin with the first time, you're not going to have jack shit. You'll need to loot things in your environment, and there's a lot of hidden stuff like this right here. If you needed a weapon to start, look, bam, there you go. You have a metal stake, and you can see the stats by double-clicking the item. It's great for slugging people in the head, and it has a kind of a pointy tip, so you can thrust with it. Now, everything in this game is physics-based. That's why I fell in love with it immediately. Not only because of the atmosphere, by the way, which is incredible, but I fell in love with it because the physics-based combat is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It is definitely unique and worthy of being spoken about. Now, there's nothing in here for me to loot or utilize. Oh, wait, nope, that's not true. There's metal bars right here. Metal bars being really heavy and able to deal a lot of impact with a lot of weight, they could be a valuable weapon in the immediate future. Even doors are physics-based. Drag, close. Open, close. Physics is everything in this game. You can pick up objects. You can make ramps. You can make bridges later on in certain other areas of the game. But yeah, everything is a viable option for figuring out certain puzzles and getting out of certain situations. And I'm not going to be able to show you any of the crazy puzzles right now, because right now this is the first level and we're not going to get that much time. But I'm going to go beat up Grandma, who tends to always just be hanging back here. She's a static spawn who is always eager to murder the hell out of us. Now, in combat, you'll notice the little red circle. This is where your character is going to be looking to block, parry, thrust, attack, everything. Everything is dictated by the location of this little red circle. So if I want to stab very specifically in this area, I have to aim with it and stab exactly where the little circle is. And I could swing my sword too, like so. Stab. Well, Grandma, I'm trying to demonstrate combat right now. Well, she's a little wily in her older years. But, so I'm going to stab Grandma in her face. Grandma's dead. That's because I aimed at her face. Everything is positional and physics-based. Now, if I wanted to be indecent and steal Grandma's clothes, one thing I love about this game is everybody in the game, you steal everything they have. Okay, I regret that. I am so sorry, Grandma. I will never do that again. Grandma, please, let me put your clothes back on you. Oh, no. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. Yeah, she's a zombie, so it doesn't matter. But everybody can be looted for everything they have. Everything has different stats. Everything has different coverage locations. There's literally, I think Maddox said, like 1,200 equipment slots on the body that can be covered by various different things, and different clothing affects all those spots. So your options are limited, and I have personally found like 300 different pieces of armor to equip and wear. Now, a lot of enemies aren't hostile, but that won't stop me from being an asshole. Primarily because I'm bigger. And I want to bully these dudes. So that was an overhead. That was also an overhead. And I could have executed him, but he's going to run away because he realizes that I am the manliest thing in this dungeon and he doesn't want any part of that. Now, I like this dude's shoes. Okay, my shoes, they're pretty nice, but they ain't fancy dress shoes. And now I have shoes. Is this guy back? Whoa! What are you doing, buddy? Alright, he's dead. He learned his lesson. I gave him with the stab. Alright, looks like he's got jizz all over that shirt. I don't want to wear that. And honestly, his shoes are way less cool than that other guy's shoes, so we're not going to put them on. There is no map in this game that you can get immediately. Everything is loot-based and scroll-based. There are maps. Oh, hey, look. I think that's a compass. Found a compass already. Sick. And that's in the bottom left now. There are maps, but you have to actually find them, and they're in random locations every time you start a new character. So where something is for me may not be the same place that it is for you. And actually, it very much won't be. That isn't to say that there aren't certain things in this dungeon crawler that are not predetermined, like the compass being one of those things. But for the most part, everything is randomly generated, at least the contents of chests. I have interrupted you going to the bathroom, sir. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's very upset. Simmer down. Ow, 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 stop, cease, I almost fell. This, I've heard it, it's kind of like Drunk Souls. I've heard this game called Drunk Souls multiple times, and honestly, it definitely fits the bill. It's like QWOP with death involved. Now, that isn't to say that you can't be super graceful, which you totally can be. If I so deem it. These guys are so aggressive. Stay dead. Wait, no. Ah, he's dead. I've confirmed. like I was saying, it's like Co-op with Death, and it can be graceful, and someone who's like really, really, really good at the game can make it look incredible. But yeah, overall, I love it. I love the clunkiness of it. I love how it feels, and I love how smooth it gets once you figure out what the hell you're doing. But we're gonna keep exploring for a little bit here, not really knowing where the hell I'm at. Actually, no, I know exactly where I'm at. I've played this enough that I have a general idea of the layout. But yeah, you'd be going through here. You would make the decision. That guy got one shot. Does he have a fancy vest? My God, he does. I am so fancy now. It goes over my clothes. Oh, that's amazing. But anyway, so yeah, you know, just basically loot, murder, slay, kill, everything that you come across, and figure out the game and unravel the plot as to why the hell you were put in a mystery dungeon with no food or water or any idea of what's going on. And with the full game, I believe, being given to you for free if you back this game, there's really no reason not to get involved in the whole development process itself and give it a shot and help them get the feedback they desire. Grandma, what the hell? Oh wait, is this a guy? Non-gender specific zombie. Quit that. I slayed him while he was on the ground. But as you can see, you can get a lot better at it. You can actually look fairly competent once you understand the combat system, like I do, yours truly. Now, they had a sweet battle axe, and honestly, I kind of like that sweet battle axe. But I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I'm not gonna play this for too much longer. I'm just gonna give you a good idea of how the dungeon exploration works and what things you can stumble across, and just give you a good idea of how the combat functions, just based on all these poor, helpless zombies. Oh my God, Grandma, I am so sorry. Why? Number one, why are there so many elderly in this dungeon? That's really the question that we should be asking. Am I like in an old care home that had some sort of horrible outbreak of something occur here? Because it seems like every single person I'm fighting is at least between the ages of 50 and 90. And I'm not too sure how I feel about it. This guy's got a keyblade. We got Sora here trying to murder me. But I'm not too sure why this retirement home is the way it is. Sora, chill. Alright, and she's just gonna run away. Yeah, so you get the idea of Exanima, you get what this is, and I'm just gonna make sure that they don't come in here and talk to me while I'm doing my sweet outro. You know, like just barricade. You can actually barricade it. They will not be able to get in here now. Like, absolutely will not be able to open the door again. You can do this with a lot of monsters in a lot of situations. There's a lot of physics-based puzzles that you can get over and figure out. And just overall, this game's a ton of fun. I totally recommend it to anybody that loves dungeon crawlers, and I can absolutely suggest it to anyone that likes supporting indie developers, as I believe this is a true gem in the rough of indie titles, and I cannot wait to see where it goes in the future. So, if you liked this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And if you already are, ring the bell if you haven't to get notifications on new videos in the future. And so until the next video, this is Delrith, and thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing ya. Bye.